your sibling, and I know he feels the same way. And we're going to be friends after, but up until that point, it's competition.
After seeing these guys on tape, how do you assess their defense, Baker?
They're playing well right now. They've done a good job as the season's gone on. When you talk about after the Central Michigan loss, which it shouldn't have counted, their defense has progressively gotten better. They've done a good job of stopping the run and establishing the line of scrimmage, which, I mean, it's kind of the same mindset that we've had. And if you do that, your team gets better on the back end. So they're doing a great job of that and letting their secondary and linebackers make plays because of that.
Baker, think back to some of your favorite quarterback wide receiver combos growing up, either pro or college. Who are some of those, and how much do you really appreciate what you and Dede have?
It's pretty special. You talk about one of my all-time favorites, Jason White and Mark Clayton, or Brett Favre and Donald Driver. There's a bunch of great combos, but the couple of guys that I've had here while I've been playing are pretty special, and I'm sure they'll be right up there on my list.
How important has Dimitri been to what you guys have done this year? I mean, there's been a lot of fireworks with you and Dede and Joe.
Oh, he's huge. He's huge. I mean, you talk about the Iowa State game where we didn't have our two big backs and Dimitri took over. I mean, that just goes to show that he's been kind of the guy to step up wherever he's needed, and he's such a smart football player that he's been able to do that at many positions. And you haven't really had to coach him. He's just a ball player, and it goes unnoticed when we have everybody else healthy and he's doing a lot of blocking and stuff like that. So he's very valuable to our team, and it's always fun to see games like Iowa State where he gets the ball a lot.
Baker, last year, you guys had a pretty dominating win in Stillwater for the Big 12 title. Does that help, knowing since you can do it on the road, you can do it home this year?
Yeah, and last year doesn't matter at all. I mean, you talk about, if you're going to talk about last year, you talk about the last time they came to town, they won, and then the time before that, it was an overtime game. So every time they come here, it's a tight game. That's how rivalry games are. They bring their A game when they come to Norman. So got to know what you're getting into, and we'll be prepared for it.
Do you guys ever talk about your place in history or the fact that this offense is really special and you want to finish it off in a good way or anything like that?
Just finish it off in a good way, as in win the Big 12 again. That's been the goal ever since Ohio State, is refocusing and going undefeated in the Big 12 so we can put ourselves in a good position. So you don't talk about the records or anything like that, because if you don't win the games, it doesn't matter. You can set all the records you want, but the thing you're going to remember is how many games you win and the conference titles.
You talked about last year, but you guys adopted a 1 week at a time mentality last year and got you to the Big 12 title. It seems like you've done the same this year. Is it kind of the blueprint? You were able to use that, if anything?
It is, and it's kind of the same mindset of getting back to square one. You do your job, you take it 1 week at a time. You can't win all your games on one night or one day at practice. You just got to progress and get better as every day goes on. You got to tackle each day like it's your last and have that mindset. And that's, like you said, that's the blueprint. And I mean, we've done a great job of having that mentality all year.
And Baker, you personally were under the radar last year. Because of your success, has it been easier to handle the national spotlight this time around for you?
I don't think I had any difficulty handling it last year. I mean, I'd say I'm handling it the same. It's just it happened a little earlier just because of the year I had last year, and so been able to just relax and not worry about what everybody thinks and just kind of get my guys the ball and let them shine too.
This being your second time to kind of go through a Heisman campaign like this, have you been able to start enjoying it? You mentioned relaxing, but have you been able to enjoy that process?
It's always fun when you're playing well, and especially the team's playing well right now, but the Heisman stuff's not going to matter if we don't win. So we want to put ourselves in a good position to see what happens with the rest of the country and see what we can do, and then if not, focus on whatever bowl game we have. So we just got to take care of business, and we'll see what happens after that.
Is there any chance that this is your last game at Owen Field Saturday?
I have not talked about that or thought about that yet.
Hey Baker, you've been able to complete a lot of deep balls to Dede, and obviously speed plays a big part of that. But what else is it about him and the chemistry that you have with him that allows you to go deep so much with him?
He just has a knack for getting open. I mean, when you have a guy like that, especially with his speed, you really can't overthrow him. And it's kind of a situation where you see him, he's one-on-one coverage, you can literally just throw it deep to him, let him go run under it. And he's been making a lot of competitive plays too, whereas some of the jump balls this year that he wouldn't have had last year, I mean, he's been making a lot of plays. So, I mean, he's just taking advantage of his opportunities, and so I trust him more and more.
Yeah, what does that do for you as a quarterback to be able to trust him to go get it no matter how far you throw it out there, pretty much.
It gives me all the confidence in the world to kind of give you the mindset that we're never in a bad situation, whether they're trying to double cover him or we can hand the ball off of that, or if they get him one-on-one coverage, obviously I'll get pretty happy about that. It just makes my job easy. I've got a lot of weapons, and I'm taking advantage of that.
Has there been a throw maybe that you made this year where when you released it, you thought, nah, that's too far, I let it go too much, and he runs under it? That's it.
Deep post at Texas. Schmitty was just yelling. Sorry, the deep post ball at Texas. I thought that definitely outthrew him, but that didn't happen. He got up to it, and so I've been trying to do it in practice, but I still haven't been able to do that.
This morning.
Probably Heisman voted, everybody would have voted the week before, you probably would have won it. Was it hard to watch those games, knowing kind of your impact on it was over with for you last year?
I didn't really care. I mean, we'd taken care of business. Our team goal was to win the Big 12, and really what we were worried about not playing that last weekend was seeing how it was going to pan out for the playoff situation. So I wasn't really worried about that. It was more of focusing on hoping we could get a playoff spot.
I realize the playoff path, there isn't much more for you guys right now.
Yeah.
Is it knowing you're playing on that last Saturday than it was say last year?
It is, knowing that we can give a final push to show everybody what we're made of and put ourselves in a good spot, and for a good bowl game to see what happens after that, and see if I can get Dede to win a Heisman and a Blitnikoff as well.
Is that when we talk about the dynamic with you, he can't really have a highlight without your help. It's harder for you he gives you a lot of them. Is that a dynamic between you two that maybe people don't think about?
It's a mutual respect. I mean, I thank him for making me look good, and he has to thank me for giving him the ball. But, I mean, he makes a lot of plays where it's just a simple pass for me. So, I mean, like I said earlier, it makes my job easy. I respect him a lot because he boosts my stats and he gives me some highlight plays. But, I mean, it's the type of player he is, a special guy.
There's no thought about maybe freezing him out this week to improve your chances?
Absolutely not. Hoping he gets a kickoff return or a punt return to help him out, too.
This morning.
Your college, you had like 5 rushing touchdowns.
Check everything down. Check everything down.
I don't know if I'll be doing that. No, Lincoln will probably get pretty mad if I do that.
This morning he said that you two have some pretty similar personalities, which is a lot different than what we see out of him usually.
With Lincoln?
No, Dede, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. No, definitely not him. But what's he like off the field, out of the interview room, just around the guys?
He's very energetic. I'd say he's more like striker outside of the media aspect of it. He's fun, energetic. You can always hear him talking, laughing, giving somebody crap, and I mean, he brightens the room whenever he walks in, and it's just the type of guy he is, and it makes him a good leader.
What's the go crazy thing? Does he say that a lot?
He says that a lot. He means it literally, like let's go crazy. So he says it a lot, and he does it. So you can't stop him from saying it.